Hello everyone, welcome to Season 9, Episode 1 of the Supernatural as Seen on TV podcast. I think I'm going to like it here. I'm your host, Dom, and with me I have Omikins and Adrian, aka Mike.
Hi!
Hello.
So, what'd you guys think of the episode?
I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a typical season premiere. Really not much happened.
Not much happened.
Okay, a lot of stuff happened.
Oh, I was gonna say, we wouldn't be doing a show if nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened. It was a season premiere. It was like, hi, I'm Sam, hi, I'm Dean, and this episode, bye. Quickest premiere in history, lasted 25 seconds.
Omi?
Sounds about right.
Yeah? So you're in agreement. Alright, so this season we start out, we find out Sam is in a coma. Now this is the second time he's been in a coma, so how is this different from the last time he was in a coma?
Well, the major difference that I've noticed is that when he's conversing with other parts of himself inside his coma, they're actually appearing as different people he knows now, rather than, himself with a different attitude. Like last time there was badass him and mentally disturbed him and extremely tortured him and normal him.
Right.
Now it's Dean, Bobby, and himself.
And Umi, what did you think about the three different characters in his little coma there?
Makes sense. Bobby's good. Sam's neutral, and Dean's a badass that wants him to fight for his life, which makes complete sense to me. I don't know how it would be really different. I mean, other than it being more of a tragic reason why he's in a coma. Like, he went through the trials. He was practically dying until the trials, and then that's why he went into a coma.
Yeah. No, so Dean and Bobby are basically polar opposites in his coma.
Yep.
How different is that from them when Bobby was alive? Did you catch them as polar opposites?
No.
Not polar opposites, no.
No. Bobby had some fire.
Yeah. So, since Sam is locked in his little coma, Dean kind of sends out this open prayer to every angel that have just recently fallen out of heaven. Do you think this was a good idea, or did it cause more trouble for them in the long run?
Definitely more trouble. I mean, there's a lot of angry angels out there, and they still have a lot of firepower. And he's just a measly little human. So it was probably a bad. No, it was a bad idea. But it was desperate. It was the only way he was gonna get out to the angels that were willing to help.
Yeah. So, Phil, do you think they would have gotten any help otherwise if Dean didn't issue this open prayer?
No, probably not, because the only angel Dean really knew of was Cass, and
he's lost his grace now. So
yeah, he is powerless.
Yeah.
So, and Cass didn't answer. So Dean he got desperate and tried the only other thing he can think of. And I mean, on this episode of Good Idea, Bad Idea, Bad Idea, sending out an open prayer to every pissed off, superpowered creature within 1,000-mile radius. I don't know.
So it was basically he didn't really have another option. The only option that we saw him exploring was talking to Crowley, the ruler of hell, who Dean still has in his trunk. Why is Crowley still in the trunk as opposed to like a safe house or something?
It's possible that Dean hasn't had a chance really yet to dispose of him in a safe house, because it was end of last season. Sam collapses as the angels fall from heaven, and then it picks up the beginning of this season with Dean taking Sam to a hospital because he's completely whacked. So I mean, I don't think there was enough time to take Crowley to a safe house, and I mean, really at the moment, the trunk of the Impala is pretty safe. Dean can keep an eye on him, and he's not getting out of it.
Yeah.
By himself.
Yeah. So they have a devil's trap in the trunk of the car, right? So
yes,
that's ensuring Crowley can't get out. It's also kind of protecting anybody. Does that also ward them from getting in since it's only inside the trunk, or can they just pop the trunk and then let him out?
No. The way it's drawn on the
It's drawn on the hood of the trunk. It's
yeah, but it's on the inside.
Bottom. on the inside. It's drawn on the bottom as well, and then underneath the car as well.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's no getting out. So do they just pull him out if they want him out, or do they have to break all the drawings? Do we know this?
I have no idea.
You know, they've never actually done that. They've either killed or exorcised a demon in the devil's trap, or they've broken the trap somehow.
So
I think they would have to break the trap to let him out.
Probably. So we see Dean go up to Crowley's trunk. He starts knocking on it. He says, knock once if you're alive, knock twice if you're dead, or something along those lines. Like, you know, this little joke, and Crowley doesn't answer. Finally he answers, and just as Dean goes to open the trunk, you see these two, what are believed to be angels, go in this little back and forth little war. And then we find out one of them is Ezekiel, who Cass says can be trusted. But the reputation we've seen with angels other than Castiel, they really can't be trusted, even if you think they can. Do you think Ezekiel is one of those angels that can be trusted, or does he have his own agenda as well?
I would say it's too early to call right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he seems genuine in that he really wants to help, but in the end, need to see more.
Yeah. I don't know. There's got to be more to it than that. Like, I don't think he's just helping to benefit Sam and Dean. There's got to be something in it for him, and don't quite know what yet, but maybe it's just the fact that there's been many people that tried to possess into the Winchesters, and now that they've actually conceded to let one of them in, that might open the door for something more sinister.
Perhaps.
But so one thing that I thought was really cool, when one of the angels comes in and tries to attack Dean, he's trying to kill off Sam, and they're fighting in the hallway of the hospital. There's this big bloody mess. Dean draws the angel symbol in it to ward the angel away and send them off, which typically would send them back to heaven, away from the Winchesters. But since heaven is locked and the angels can't go in, Dean makes this symbol. He turns around and he goes, since heaven is locked, where do you go when I do this? And he slams his hand down and the angels disappear out of the hospital. Where do you think they actually go now?
Some far corner of the universe? Maybe it vaporizes them. Who knows?
Limbo?
Maybe.
Purgatory?
Perhaps.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
Yes.
I think it's gonna have it'll play into it at some point, and we'll actually find that. I don't think that's a question that they're just jokingly going to state and then never answer. But so after all the angels fell, they still have most of their powers. They don't have their wings anymore, but they maintain their powers and they can't get back to heaven. Castiel, on the other hand, after going through the angel trials and actually locked heaven and threw all the angels out, doing so, he lost his grace. He has no powers anymore. He's mortal. He's human. How do you think this is going to affect him?
It's going to definitely be a task, or, a challenge for him, because now he has to eat, he has to drink, he has to poo, he has to sleep.
So this might be one of those TV shows where they actually take breaks to go to the bathroom. That's what you're telling me?
Yes, that may be one of those TV shows.
It's a new and original concept. I've never actually seen that on TV.
I know, right?
He'll be like those kids that are too excited to do something and they end up doing the Peepee Dance because they're like, I don't want to go pee, but then they do.
I could totally see Castiel doing that. That's
yeah, so could I.
Misha Collins. That's just something that screams his character. He will 100% do that, and he'll have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think this is gonna bring some other challenges to him? Because now he could be killed by more than just the angel dagger. So.
He can be killed by whatever could kill a person. I mean, he can be killed by a bad cat scratch to the leg.
Cat scratch fever.
Yeah, exactly.
So, through all of this, Metatron was the one that strayed Castiel on this path that tricked him into locking the gates of hell. We had not seen him at all during the season premiere. So, where do you think he is, and what is he up to now that he has heaven all to himself?
That bugger, he's rearranging things, and he's changing the curtains, and He's painting the walls.
Lovely shade of pink.
Yeah.
Polka dot. Plaid.
He's just making it his own.
Yeah.
And because nobody can come up and bug him, he can do whatever he wants.
He's probably chilling on a cloud, sipping a glass of cognac like, oh, this place is all mine. Oh.
Some red wine.
Mm.
I will drink to that.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. See a theme here.
I need to get an hourglass.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be done. So, how long do you think it's going to take Sam to heal now that he's walking around? Ezekiel's in his body. He's basically healing him, but it's going to take him some time because he's not at full strength. So, how long do you think they're going to stretch this out? Do you think it's going to be like the whole season? Do you think it's going to be a half season, quarter season? What do you think?
It's going to either be a few episodes or half season. I'm going to say.
I don't see a half a season or a full season.
Really?
Yeah, realistic. Oh, sorry.
If he were healing on his own, it'd be half season, full season. But even though the Ezekiel is only part strength, he's gonna heal a lot faster. So a few episodes away from now, I think he'll be healed and be like, "Why am I healing so fast? I don't understand." And then Dean will have to say it.
So you think Sam is going to discover that he's being possessed by an angel?
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, he's not stupid.
So how do you think he's going to take this news?
I don't think he's gonna be very impressed.
He's going to probably wonder, how the hell did he get inside of me? Don't you have to invite them in? Well,
Yeah.
you have to say yes in order for them to possess the person, you know.
Right.
So he's going to think back because Ezekiel erased his memory of the last, 24 hours and all of his coma hallucinations and stuff. So he's going to be like, I never said yes. How the hell did you get in me?
Well, yeah, he wouldn't remember that hallucination he had when he was in his dream state, because Ezekiel actually pretended to be Dean and got him to say yes. So
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I don't think Sam is going to be happy at all. He's going to be pissed. This is why I think it's actually going to take at least half a season, because I think we're going to have half a season of him leading up to the healing, because they have to kind of put the struggle between Sam and Ezekiel, and then I think the mid-season break, they're going to do the reveal. That's when Sam's going to find out, and then we're going to have to wait a few weeks before coming back with this revelation that Sam is pissed at Dean and the usual brother rivalry kind of thing. So, so you mentioned that Ezekiel actually went into Sam and made him say yes, and then erase his memory. But just before this, Sam is talking to Death, who I actually liked the fact that they brought him back for another cameo, because we hadn't seen Death in 3 seasons now. But why do you think Sam was so ready to just give up and die, never to be resurrected again?
He's tired of everything.
yeah, he's just tired of bullshit. He had to go through the trials, and that took a huge toll on him physically and mentally. So he was just tired.
I gotta go with that too.
So where do you see the season kind of going after this? I think they're going to renew for at least one more season. My estimate is they're going to go to 10 and just even it off and finish at 10.
Yeah.
I don't really see it, unfortunately. I don't see it going... I don't know if I should say fortunately or unfortunately. They've explored so much of these characters. I don't know how much of a story they have left to tell. 10 seems like a good number to end at. There is talk that there will be a spin-off series, which Backdoor Pilot is supposed to be episode 20 of this season.
20.
Yep. So they will continue in this universe, but with other characters. We know nothing on it. We don't know if it's going to be a Castiel spinoff. We don't know if the Ghost Facers are going to come back. We don't know if it could be the Men in Letters. I would love to see something with the Men in Letters, or they could go back to the original. Yeah, they can go back to the original spinoff that they were talking about of doing the Wild West, doing the whole storyline of the cult and stuff like that, which is another thing we haven't seen a few seasons now. So. Unless the cult just magically shows up after 4 or 5 seasons, then I doubt the cult will be the spinoff. I would love to see a Castiel spinoff. I think that would be really cool. But we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Episode 2 next week is called Devil May Care, which is obviously a spoof on the video game series Devil May Cry.
Mm-hmm.
So, who do you think they're referring to by the devil? Do you think Lucifer himself is actually going to be coming back? Is it talking about Crowley or someone else?
I heard Lucifer is coming back.
Really?
Yeah. I read it somewhere. I don't remember where, but it was there, and his face was right there. I was like, whoa.
Well, are they bringing him back, like, as in haunting Sam like he was all through season 7, I think it was? Or the beginning?
I don't think he'd be haunting, but I think he'd be there just to cause some ruckus. Because all the angels have fallen, he's going to try and, get some on his side.
True. But I think for the next episode, it's going to either refer to Crowley, or we saw a lot of Abaddon in the preview for next week, so it might refer to her.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see more Abaddon. She's got a really cool story, and definitely another character I want to see some more of.
And she's perpetually pissed off.
All the time.
Yep, so I think that about does it. You guys have any other final words?
Not really. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the season.
Me too.
Just to get some more twists in there. I did want to say one thing, that there really isn't much story they could go on from here. I mean, the first few seasons are pretty episodic. They were going from town to town, fighting monster against monster and stuff like that. And now, last few seasons, they've gone storyline wise, so they're running out of material.
See, what I think they're going to do is I think this season is going to focus on returning the angels back to heaven. And then I think the whole final conclusion is going to be actually closing the gates of hell. And if they do it like that, I that's perfect. I don't see anywhere else you can go after that. They've already stopped the apocalypse. So now, if they could actually close the gates of hell, that pretty much shuts down but most of the biggest threats that they have from the supernatural world. And then they just kind of have the minor ghosts and poltergeists and stuff like that, but we don't even know if that would prevent them from crossing over. We don't really know how that would work.
They'd probably still be left with, whatever everyday monsters and ghosts and things like that. They'd just be, free of demons.
Yeah. Apparently somebody in our chat, Grim Hansel, says you can only return the angels back to heaven if you save their receipts.
Oh. 17 are fucked.
Yeah.
It didn't save any receipts.
No.
Whoa.
No. They only have gloves in their glove box. Nobody even keeps gloves in their glove box anymore, but trust me, they have lots of gloves. Their whole glove box is full of gloves.
Yeah.
Lots of gloves.
Yeah. Alright, so I think that about wraps it up. Once again, I'm Dom. This is Omi. And this is Mike. Where can the people find you guys?
You can find me at Twitter, LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
And you can find me on Twitter at Thilladren, ThilladRen.
And you can follow us on youtube.com/ASOTV podcast for more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows. Till next week, see you later.